Here comes the first truck. Tight squeeze through those pillars. Mats are working perfect. All right, guys, so he's gonna dump one load here and then another load farther down. It's gonna be the same driver, so he's gonna circle back. And I'm gonna move the mats while he's going to reload. All right, so we got the first load of dirt in, obviously, with little to no ground disturbance. Got the mats relocated a little farther down, and he's gonna dump the second load down there, which should help me push it, you know, down to the left and spread it out so it's all not bunched up all in this one spot. But yeah, mats worked really good, and should be a good job. This one should be fun. All right, well, that worked out perfect. So hopefully, with how smoothly this went, that is just an indication of how smoothly the rest of the job will go. I hope I didn't jinx myself by saying that, but we are in good shape. Just got to pick up the mats and go look at a tree job down the road, actually. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Dude Ranch DIY. My name is Jake. We are out here at a client's property today. As you can see, I got the tractor behind me, and over here we got 2 loads of screened fill dirt. It's about 40 yards, maybe a little bit shy of 40 yards. Let me show you what we got going on. Basically, the client had that stone wall moved from here. So the wall was here, they moved it back. I guess that's the property line, not where it was. So they wanted this extra, you know, depth of their yard. As you can see, stone wall is quite long, and basically this whole area is where it was sitting. So I'm bringing in the dirt, and we're basically gonna spread it all out, you know, level it down as best we can, and kind of grade it and fill it in hopes that I think she's planning on planting, you know, grass seed here over the summer or maybe in the fall. So yeah, that's the job. Gonna fire up the tractor, start moving some dirt. got that first load all spread out. It looks pretty good. I tried to, you know, taper it down on either side to kind of like connect to the existing grass here. This grass is pretty long and pretty thick, so that's why it looks like it's still higher. But, you know, as you can see, the grass is just, it's really thick, long grass, right next to a golf course here behind this wall. I'm pretty happy with how far that first load got me. It's definitely still a little thick in this area here, but once I get the second load spread out, I'm gonna be able to run the whole length of this with the land plane, and hopefully I'll be able to scrape some of this high spot off. Might be kind of hard to tell, but you can see it kind of goes up there. The whole backyard is kind of on a slope. She's not looking for this area to be level by any means. So now that took me about an hour to spread out that first load to this point. And now I'm gonna start working in this area. This area is a little bit more technical. You know, it's a little tighter, but it's definitely gonna take a lot more dirt. So I think I'm gonna start at this end of the pile and just kind of push my way through and kind of grade it and level it out. We might even need a third load of dirt at some point. Okay, so there's this area here that I just came across. It's like, this is definitely the biggest hole. This is probably about 1.5 feet, 2 feet deep in some spots. And there's all these rocks on the outside of it. It looked like, you know, somebody obviously had placed them there. Just spoke with the homeowner. They were looking for flat rocks for their fire pit area there. So these rocks are not needed, which is great because I can use them as fill, push them back into the hole, and it'll be a hell of a lot less dirt that I need. I'm probably, just looking at how much dirt I have left, I about have half that pile left. I'm probably gonna need one more load, which is fine, you know, because this area, we wanna kind of try and cover up those bigger rocks there. Guys, that is the first 2 loads of dirt. As you can see, they are all spread out. I leveled it out with the land plane here. This is the Woods land plane. It's 60-inch across, I believe. You can see I have the ripper teeth up, and I actually took the 2 center ones out because they, for whatever reason, you know, you can't fit them in there. But this is the little area that we have left. Now, I'm not exactly sure what she wants to do with these stumps and stuff. It was my intention to like basically bring it to the edge here. So maybe, you know, we'll move those or something to another spot on the property. But this is basically all that we have left to fill in. So I am gonna have to get another load of dirt. I figure 1 full load should be more than enough for this area. And then in here where it started getting thin, you know, I can taper it into the lawn and, you know, taper it up to the stone wall. But the land plane worked really, really good for this, both in reverse and forward. You can see, you know, it's pretty darn level. We were able to get that hump that was up there shaved down a little bit. There is just a natural hump in, you know, the land itself, so we're not going to get it out totally. But if you look down here, you know, it's, I know the camera doesn't really do it justice, but it's a lot better than it was. And I'm pretty happy with the way that I was able to get it tapered into the lawn. So obviously I need a little bit more here, can use some here, but again, we're probably gonna be top dressing this with some actual topsoil or like seeding soil come the fall when she's ready for seed. All right guys, we're back here the next day. We're waiting on the third load of screen fill to come in. I'm gonna hopefully try and get him to dump it like in between this maple tree and the fire pit over there so I can push it all down this way. Right now I got to deal with this pile of like stumps and stuff. Kind of wish I had the grapple. It would certainly make it a lot easier. She wants me to move this to over by the fire pit. So all I got here is the bucket. We're gonna try our best. Here he comes. Hopefully it shouldn't be a problem for him to back up over the lawn here. All right, we're in luck. He said it looked good, so he's gonna shoot for this hole down here. And I'm just watching to make sure none of the tires start sinking or anything. Obviously he's gonna be a lot lighter when he comes out, but we are looking good. All right, we made it back to the spot. This is gonna make my life a hell of a lot easier. We're not gonna have to even touch any of this stuff we did yesterday, which she was super happy with. And we're gonna get the dirt right where we need it. Look at that. Boom. Right here. That is a thing of beauty. Let's spread some dirt. All right, guys, I think we are all done here spreading out this dirt. Unfortunately, the last time lapse, I don't know what happened, but it just played like for a split second and that was it. So we only got about like a quarter of the time lapse from me spreading this pile here. But as you can see, I got it all spread out and I think it looks really good. I mean, from what this looked like before, this is a big improvement. I was able to taper it in to the edge of the lawn here. As you can see, it's almost like a seamless transition. It was easier here. It was less, humped up, where the grass met the wall up above. Yesterday when we were working, it was kind of more of a hump. So you really had to fan it out and go over the edge of the grass. Here, that wasn't really the case so much. That third load was the perfect amount of dirt. I was able to spread it out over here to cover my tracks of me going in and scooping buckets and kind of fan it around their fire pit area here. As you can see, this is where I dumped the brush and debris and stuff that was down in that hole. But, except for just a little bit of backpack blower and rake work over there to spread out that little bit of dirt, cover up that area, I'm calling this good. I was able to cover up most of the rocks. There's a big one there, and then down over here next to this red maple, there was like a big hump, and you can see it kind of angles up. So, you know, just the top of the rock is sticking out here, but you should be able, be able to fan that out. Or if we bring in topsoil at some point for planting grass, that should do the trick as well. So this went really well. All in all, I have about 3.5 hours into this project between the filming and, you know, the spreading of the dirt and stuff. Each load took me, you know, about an hour to spread. And then, you know, you throw in a half an hour there for futzing around with the camera and stuff and the drone. But this one worked out pretty good. We got one more thing to do here. There's a pile of wood chips up at the front. That should take no time to spread out. So we're going to go do that, and then we'll do our final cleanup. All right, that was pretty quick, 13 minutes, pile of wood chips. This is, if you guys have been watching a while, you might remember back last summer, I came in with the brush hog. I mowed this whole area, and then over there was a bunch of debris and stuff that I removed, and it looks like the landscaper or something must have been piling it back in there, because all that was gone. But maybe that's job security. Hopefully she'll hire me to remove it again. Well, all right, guys, I think that's gonna about wrap this one up. I just finished up spreading the wood chips. That area looks good. She could probably use, you know, another 2 or 3 loads, ideally, if she wanted to cover the whole area. But that was kind of a secondary thing. This dirt work was the primary focus of this job, and I'm really happy to report that it went really well. I'm super happy with the way that the land plane worked. I had never really used the land plane in a large area like this, and it's definitely best suited for like long passes, like doing a driveway or a long narrow area like this. It really helped just kind of get all the humps and bumps out, especially using it in reverse, because that kind of, you know, smooths the way for the tractor. If you're using it going forward, it works, but it's subject to bouncing on the 3-point hitch every time the tractor goes over a bump. So I found using it in reverse really helps smooth things out. And this area is basically, as far as I'm concerned, this is a pretty nice screened fill. You could probably get away with seeding this stuff, but I'm not quite sure what her plan is, if she wants to bring in additional topsoil in the fall, and you know, we'll see. So as always, guys, I hope you liked this video. This was a fun one. I'm sorry, I do apologize. There wasn't quite as many, you know, camera angles, a lot of time lapse, but I'm out here by myself and I'm on the clock. So time is money. But as always, if you liked the video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, click that subscribe button down below. Welcome to all the new subscribers. We've been getting a ton lately, which is awesome. Any questions, comments, or feedback on what I did here in this video, throw it down in that comment section. But for now, I'm Jake. This is Dude Ranch DIY. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you here next time.